Waves. There's something about waves, and it always pulls us back to the ocean. Whether you're getting the best barrel of your life or you're watching your buddy do the same thing from the water, it's simply a mesmerizing experience. Body surfing dates back as far as the 1700s in French Polynesia and is the earliest form of people riding waves using nothing but their hands and bodies, literally skimming across the surface of the water. Things have drastically changed for wave riding now that we have surfboards, stand-up paddleboards, and even hand planes used for body surfing. Slyde Handboards are the leader in hand planes, providing what's similar to a small fiberglass surfboard that straps to one hand and allows endless rides as the plane creates uplift out of the water. I've always been a surfer at heart, but there's something special about riding a wave using nothing but your body and limited equipment. And as a surfer, there's no better high than getting shacked out of your mind. The holy grail for a wave rider is to have the crest of the wave fold over you as you ride through a perfectly empty tunnel surrounded by the ocean. A good barrel will have a guy stoked out and frothing for days as he replays that perfect view in his head over and over. All varieties of wave riding equipment, big and small, are tools, allowing us to get the best ride possible in any given conditions, and now the hand plane has easily earned its spot amongst any waterman's quiver. Slyde Handboards allow you to catch waves and most importantly get barreled in nearly any conditions, from heaving Puerto Rico shore break to playful ankle-high summertime in Florida. And the best thing about using your hand plane, it's always overhead high. At this point you may be asking yourself, what is a barrel and how do I use this hand plane? That's where I come in. My name is Dalton Smith and I'm a freelance filmmaker, waterman, and lover of Slyde Handboards. Over the next 10 videos, I'll be giving you step-by-step instructions for everything you need, from getting your board out of the box, paddling out at a point break, to setting up your GoPro on your Slyde Handboard to get the perfect shot every time. So when you get your package in the mail and you take everything out of the box, what you're going to have is your Slyde Handboard bag and your leash. So the first thing we're going to do is check out the board. Right on top, you're going to notice your handle. What this is going to do is serve as a holding point for you to keep a grip on the board. So go ahead and pull back the top Velcro, take your tag off, and pull back the second Velcro and stick your hand in there. Now, we want this to be plenty tight to keep your hand in, but not to cut circulation off. So tighten that down to where it's comfortable and tighten the other side down. Next, we're going to take a look at the front of the board, and what you'll see here is the GoPro FCS fin plug mount. This is going to be a great way to mount your GoPro to the board and get a variety of shots without having to worry about losing your GoPro. Now we're going to take a look at the back end of the board. You're going to notice another plug with a bar, and this is where we're going to connect our leash to the board. So go ahead and grab your leash and get both ends of the rope in your hand. Make sure the rope is fed through the metal piece that's connected to the leash. Now we need to make sure that both ends of the rope are flush and even on both sides. Once you have that done, feed it through one at a time. I can usually get the first string through with my hand, and if I can't get the other, I use tweezers or a toothpick and it gets it through just fine. So once you've got both ends of the rope through the metal bar, go ahead and pull them tight and make sure they're flush. In one hand, get both ends of the rope, in the other hand, get your loop. Wrap it around, pull it through, and get yourself a knot. Go ahead and slide that knot down and slowly pull the rope out just so you have a little tail. We don't want too much hanging out at the bottom. And then just crank that down as hard as you can, and that bad boy's not going anywhere. So now we've got your board all set up and you're ready to go. The next thing we're going to talk about is additional equipment. All you're going to need is a good pair of swim fins and a good pair of dive socks. I use LavaCore dive socks, so check them out at www.lavacoreinternational.com. For swim fins, I use the Churchill Makapuu. It's a great pair of fins, give you a ton of speed, and they're light in weight but also being heavy enough to stay on your foot. They're very soft, which helps prevent rashes, and they're really an overall great fin. It's very important that when you purchase your fins, you go ahead and get a nice pair, because in the long run they're going to fall apart and not give you the speed that you need to get into a wave. Now the last thing you're going to need for your board that I highly recommend is fin leashes. You can pick these things up in almost any surf shop for about $20, and it comes with a pair of two. What these do is act as a connection from your ankle to your fin. What you're going to do is grab one end, wrap it around the band of your fin, and pull it tight through the loop. Do the same with the other one, and now when you put your fins on, you're going to have a leash to connect to your ankle, so no matter how big the surf is, you're not going to lose your fins. And that's a wrap for today. So thank you everyone for watching. This has been Dalton Smith with MPI Productions. Make sure you check back next week when we talk about paddling techniques and getting out in the water for the first time on your Slyde Handboard.